Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Tyler Stratton from Big Ten Sports TV. Big Ten basketball regular season ended Sunday, and it ended with a bang. Wisconsin going down to Nebraska at home. Illinois beating Iowa to claim a share of the Big Ten championship. Just unbelievable results. And now we're to the Big Ten tournament marches here, and it's going to be fabulous. Let's get right to it, folks. Big Ten tournament preview. So we're going to break this down very quickly, round by round, starting with the bottom of the first round bracket, the Wednesday game. Penn State taking on Minnesota. I think Penn State wins this game with ease. Penn State's a gritty team, and Minnesota has fallen to the bottom of the pack like many thought they were the worst team in the Big Ten before the season began. And then on the top half of the first round, you've got Northwestern taking on Nebraska. Nebraska wins that game with ease, if you ask me. Northwestern's not playing good ball. Nebraska is. Nebraska's won 3 straight. Yes, they've won 3 straight. 2 of those being on the road at Ohio State and at Wisconsin. An absolute shocker. They're doing it on the offensive side. Alonzo Verge, McGowan's, Nebraska. Watch out for them in this tournament. In the bottom half, Penn State moves on to take Ohio State, and I think Penn State wins that basketball game. Yes, you heard it first. Penn State upsets Ohio State. Ohio State does not look right now. They lost to Nebraska. They lost to Maryland. They just look like a team that is out of sorts. They could get it together in the Big Ten, but you know there's going to be upsets, and I think Penn State does upset Ohio State in that second round matchup. Michigan State and Maryland, they just played. Michigan State beat them in the finale at East Lansing. I like the Spartans to win a very tight game against Maryland. Maryland does have good guard play. Maryland can beat you off the dribble with Russell, but I like Michigan State to prevail here in a very tight 1 or 2 point game at the end. It is tough to beat a team twice in a row, back-to-back games, but give me Michigan State in a close one. Moving up, Iowa versus Nebraska. If this wasn't Iowa, I would pick Nebraska to win this game based on how they're playing, but I think Iowa's playing just as good as anybody in the country. Iowa has always been about offense, outscoring teams with bad defense, but their defense has been solid, and I like them to beat Nebraska despite Nebraska playing so well as they are. Michigan taking on Indiana. What could be a play-in game? I think it's going to be an absolute war. 2 teams are absolutely playing for a tournament bid. Whoever wins may get in. Whoever loses may lose. I think Michigan wins a tight game. I think they're a bad matchup for Indiana. Michigan's starting to play decent at the end. You know, Phil Martelli really got them boys playing well. Michigan, after the big win, Ohio State, they beat Indiana. They are a lock. Indiana loses, they're out. Indiana wins. They could be a lock, but they might have more work to do. Indiana gets sent to the NIT after Michigan beats them. Moving on to the quarterfinals, we'll start at the top. Illinois versus Michigan. Give me Illinois here. I think they're a good matchup. They're a veteran team. They won this tournament last year. Trent Frazier's, 25 years old. Very veteran-savvy team, and they showed will coming back from 15 to beat Iowa to win the Big Ten championship. Give me Illinois to beat Michigan. Rutgers, Iowa. If it was any other team, I might pick Rutgers here, but Iowa's playing fantastic ball. One of the best teams in the nation right now, in my personal opinion. Balance of offense and defense. Iowa beats Rutgers. Rutgers looked worn out against a very, very average Penn State team, beat them by 1 at home. Rutgers, are they in if they lose? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. 6 quad 1 wins, but I think they do lose to Iowa on a neutral court. Keegan Murray's fantastic. Wisconsin taking on Michigan State. Give me Wisconsin. Now that is contingent on Johnny Davis playing. I just think they are too much for Michigan State. Michigan State did win at Wisconsin. There is the revenge factor. Maybe I take that in too much instead of matchups, but Wisconsin does win this game contingent upon Johnny Davis playing after that ankle injury. Quarterfinal, last one, Purdue. I think they beat Penn State. I think this will be a somewhat 10-11 point game win for the Boilermakers. You know, Purdue, I think, has the most talent of any team in the Big Ten. They just haven't put it together really since December. They haven't looked like the team they thought they would, but I think they kind of get some steam rolling here, and I think they beat Penn State handily. So the semifinals, you're going to have Illinois versus Iowa in the top half, Purdue versus Wisconsin in the bottom half. That's where I'll start. You know, Purdue had 2 very tough losses to Wisconsin. They lost by 5 at Mackey. Davis had 37. They lost on 2 horrible luck bank shots, one by Davis, one by Hepburn at the buzzer to lose to Wisconsin. A game that was really tight. You got to think Purdue, if they're the team I think, and many think they could be, they avenged that loss and they beat Wisconsin. It's going to be very tough to beat the Boilers 3 times. It can be done to beat any team 3 times, but I don't see it get done here. Purdue moves to the final to take on the winner of Illinois versus Iowa, and I am going with the Hawkeyes here. You know, Illinois just did beat Iowa in a hard-fought game. It was a very painful loss for Iowa. Iowa's been playing such good basketball. If they just hit some free throws, they would have beat Illinois. And both teams, you know, Illinois has beat them twice this season. Both games have been very tight. Like I said, tough to beat a team 3 times, can be done, but I like Iowa to win here. Keegan Murray is just an absolute stud. They move on to the Big Ten championship game to play the Purdue Boilermakers. which this sets up what should be a high-scoring affair in the Big Ten Tournament final. Two of the top offenses in the country. You know, Purdue doesn't play defense. Iowa has been playing better defense. I think this one will come down to who takes care of the ball. Iowa does press. Purdue's beat them twice. I think Iowa does avenge those two losses here, and I think Iowa, on the strength of Keegan Murray going off here, and just because I think they're playing a little bit better defensively than Purdue right now, they get a win in a classic Big Ten Tournament final. Iowa Hawkeyes are your Big Ten Tournament champs in 2022. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. Big Ten Sports TV breaking down the Big Ten Tournament 2022. Can't wait to see what happens, and then after that we have the big dance where hopefully the Big Ten can finally end their championship drought. There'll be much more from me when it comes to Big Ten basketball in the tournament. Until then, this is your boy Tyler Stratton from Big Ten Sports TV saying so long.